God, I get better at this intro stuff every single time, I promise. Yeah, and for the people watching on Colorcast, I'm sorry that you can't see the fire intro. But hey, listen, this is the era of the two devices, okay?
Yes,
So
sir. What's up,
go get your phone.
JJB?
Exactly.
We are
JJ.
back.
We got JJ Christian's in here already. Perry's in here. We got the squadron. We have the squadron. Appreciate everybody tuning in already.
Mickey Mouse Club used to be awesome. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Yeah, you ever been to all right, hold on, let me say this right. Because Disney World is in Florida, or is that the one in Cali?
Cali is land. Florida.
Okay, so have you ever been to Disney World?
Yes.
Did you ever go to Chef Mickey's?
I have no idea.
Oh, let me tell you something about Disney World. Chef Mickey's is fantastic. Some of the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life. Of course,
really?
Christian
Okay.
says land is nicer. Well, I mean, does anybody expect anything else? Yeah, Michael, how we doing?
Waiting for him to say Rams and 4. It's given now. Like
Mickey Mac, hell yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was shaped like Mickey Mouse's head. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, see, I thought Christian did say the world was better. It was more lit, but I do remember. I want to say I went when I was like 4 or 5, so I didn't really remember too much of it. But I remember Feifel Goes West. Do you remember that, or do you even? Okay, yeah.
What? No. Say it one more time because I might have just been hearing things.
Feifel Goes West. I said it a little more proper there for you.
I've never heard of that in my entire life.
Really, it's this little mouse cowboy that is like a kid that tries to go out and be out in this West, and this big old sheriff of a bloodhound is lazy as all get out of. He's got the droopy eyes and everything. Man, it's really good stuff. Anyways,
it sounds familiar.
I remember
See,
that.
when you say it like that, it sounds familiar. Like I've seen it, like a picture of it, maybe.
Okay,
you know what I mean? I don't know.
It was a lot of fun, and I know
that's a different story.
I know our age is a little separate, not too much or anything.
No, you're ancient, by the way.
I don't have an agent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ancient is the word I'm looking for. Michael, how are we doing though on this Thursday?
I was off today, so that was nice. Okay. Had quite a few things go wrong with me though, so it happens. So I was off. My daughter actually went to the babysitter, which is my dad at the moment because our babysitter quit on us. And I don't think he was quite happy knowing that I was off work, but I still let her go. But, it happens. But, did some laundry, cleaned up around the house, did some dishes. And the next thing I know, we have an inside dog. Just going to – little backstory here. So I was walking through the house to do some more laundry. I was like, yo, dog, literally, you peed a flood in the house. What's going on here? And so I was getting the old dirty towel, or the washing towel to clean it up off the floor because I was about to do some more laundry there. And I looked and got closer to the laundry room, and apparently one of my loads that I put in the washer got the washer to actually walk. It was so full on one side, and it pulled the plug out, so I had a flooded bathroom. So I had to clean up that whole mess, and then later on I got to change the oil in my vehicle. So, other than that, we got it back together, got it going, It was a little bit of a roller coaster.
Hold on. I have a more important question.
Okay.
So,
yes, I do laundry.
So, what? No.
Okay.
First of all, you should clearly leave that to somebody else because you're not very good at it. Second of all,
listen, I did like
if you are going out to the thing that you drive in, what do you call that? Like I have to go get into my what?
Well, I usually say my truck, but I said my vehicle.
You say your vehicle?
Yeah. What?
Oh, interesting. I'm a car guy.
There's
only
one
other person I've ever heard say this dude that I work with. His name is Gene. I love him. He's like 70. I think he's 70. One of my boy had breakfast with him a couple months ago. Great guy.
Right.
But he always says, I got to go get, my stuff's in my vehicle. Always says vehicle. I don't know why.
Okay. Does he drive a truck or an SUV?
No, he drives like a normal car. But I've never, if I'm going to go get in the car, I would never say vehicle ever.
Really?
I find that interesting.
Well, being on air, I was trying to sound a little more profesh, if you will. So I said vehicle. Like I really was going to say truck, but
big old truck.
Yeah, I figured that might make some people offended.
You in here as well, yo, CJ. I'm just saying. Now that the season's back, April 7th is opening day at Yankee Stadium against the Red Sox. You with it or what? It's a Thursday.
Oh.
It's a Thursday. I'm just throwing it out there. Just got to see what fish I can catch.
Real quick, CJ, I'm trying to watch this 76ers Nets game. Is Ben Simmons playing or is he just at the Okay.
He's just at the games on the bench.
Okay, because honestly, I just turned on about 10 minutes before we went live, and my Fire Stick's not working correctly. So I went to my NBA app, which I don't have technically, and it had a TNT free show, but I've got like 4 different cameras that are on one screen. It's really hard to see what's going on. It's really weird, but it's free, and I'm watching it.
Interesting.
Yeah, like one camera's from the backboard one way, and the other's for the other way, and then the other's on the side. It's jacked up.
He said, "If I'm not working, bro, I'm dead." CJ, listen,
Hey,
I have off from school on Thursdays, and I will gladly take off from work.
what about your internship?
The first game wouldn't be until the 19th.
Okay.
So hey, I got nothing but time here. Anyway, don't worry, Michael. I'm fine. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm fine.
How are you doing,
Michael? Let me tell you something.
Listen, I'm pretty considerate.
Come on, man. Like, I'm genuinely extremely happy today. Like, I had to go into work today, which, trash always. But I think, you know what? People always ask me what's my favorite sport, blah, blah. I don't know. It might be baseball, man. It really might be over than football, because when I heard that they agreed to the CBA, I don't think anything could have annoyed me. Nothing. I was so happy. And also, Michael, tomorrow, Friday, of course, my last day of classes before spring break. So your boy just cannot wait to not have to do anything for a week. So
I understand that. Well, I'm actually just starting my mini vacation, if you will. So after our show wraps up, I will be packing all my stuff up and getting ready to head down towards Georgia, where it is in the South, as we talked about last week.
True. This is true. Can confirm.
So I'm excited about that. So I can go watch Dalton play with the Bananas, the Savannah Bananas. I've been doing a lot of research. Did you know they have their own set of rules too?
I thought I heard. Listen, the only thing I really know about them is the whole thing that happened, like when they were on ESPN, and I watched that stuff, but I don't remember exactly what they're all about.
Okay. Well, see, I did a little research since I'm going down there, trying to watch some stuff on YouTube and everything. So one thing that there's no walk-ees, is what they call it, on when they upload their games and watch it YouTube live.
Mm-hmm.
If you draw a walk, it's not just a walk to first base. Every position player has to touch the ball before you can get the person out.
I do remember that now that you say that.
I thought that was actually really cool. And second was, you can't step out of the batter's box. If you step out, it's an automatic strike. There's a time limit on the whole game. There's under 2 hours is the whole game. Each inning is a point, which is kind of interesting. So each inning matters. So, like, say you and I were different teams, and I scored 3 runs this inning, and you score 2, I would get 1 point for that inning. And then the next inning would start at 0 and go again. So each point adds up that way. Kind of adds a different effect to it there. So I thought that was neat too. And let's see here. If the game ends in a tie, there is a 1-on-1-on-1 shootout. And there's a pitcher, catcher, and 1 fielder.
Interesting.
Versus a batter. The batter can hit it anywhere in play, of course, and it doesn't matter where it goes, but that fielder has to field the ball and relay it to either the pitcher and the catcher to try to get the out. And there's no stopping at any base. He has to go all the way around and try to score. And that's how the game ends. I thought that was kind of neat.
That is interesting. It's interesting to say the least. Yeah, I'm excited for you. You better take some videos and get Dalton to take some videos too and everything.
Absolutely.
But listen, Michael, what I'm here for, and I'm sure many of our people are here for as well, JJB saying, isn't it insane that the MLB is like, here's 20 million? Let's get into it, because
let's go.
Have
the
baseball.
Chains are gone.
We no longer have to do streams about the lockout and why we're mad and, make top 10 lists because we had nothing else to do. Although I think our top 10 lists were fantastic, by the way.
Absolutely.
I think that was great content. Michael, I think we give ourselves a round of applause. Round of applause for us that me and you didn't miss like anything, even though there was technically nothing to talk about for like 3 months, and we did a show every week. Exactly.
Fire,
as they say. Round of applause for us, if I could say so myself.
Matches. Does that work? Am I too old to say matches? I don't know.
I've never even heard anybody say matches, so
Dang it. I tried.
But anyway, listen, baseball is back. The lockout has ended. The CBA has been negotiated. It has been agreed upon, and it has been ratified. Which,
Ooh,
by the way, I don't know why you
words.
have to agree to something and then ratify. Like once it's agreed upon, why can't you? Why isn't that just like whatever? Anyway, probably some lawyer stuff that I actually don't care about.
Exactly.
But all right, Michael, let's get into what has happened. Honestly, so first of all, big things to know, right?
Yes.
Michael, I don't know if you realize this. Tomorrow is when you can voluntarily report to spring training.
Thank
So
you.
they're getting this thing going right away. Voluntarily tomorrow, and then the 13th you have to be there at spring training. So they got 3 days to get their lives together, to get down to spring training. And then we got spring training games, not practices, not games on March 17th.
Practice?
March 17th is when we will have spring training games.
Well, let's pause it right there for 1 second if you don't care, because it's one thing you and I at least said in our chat that we had going on. We did find out now that there were some no's in the votes from players.
This is true.
And from the teams of those players, it was the Yankees, of course. They're lying about everything, right? Oh, yeah, that's you. The Mets, who wish they could be the Yankees, and they're trying to be. The Cardinals, who kind of made me not know why they would be on there, but they're on there. And the Astros, the trash canos. So, and of course, again, let me back up. These are players, again, that were voting. We don't know who the players were.
Voting against
it was the players. So it makes you kind of wonder these top-tier teams that are kind of relevant year in, year out. Speaking of the chains being broken and able to come in, makes you think like that first day, the volunteered, who do you think some of these players that voted no if they're going to show up? Or do you think they're going to –
I don't think that's why they voted no.
Okay, why do you think they voted no?
I'll tell you why they voted no, and it's because like you just said, the teams that you just said.
Uh-huh.
What do they all have in common, Michael? Let's play this together.
They're jerks.
No, maybe in your eyes, they all got a lot of bread to go around. They got a whole lot of money to give out. So of course their players are going to vote. The Cardinals print money.
Really?
Print it.
I guess
they're not considered a big market team,
right?
But they're
bottom tier big
money.
Market.
Yeah. They all have a lot of money to go around. And guess what? Of course the players for those are going to say no, because they wanted, Michael, if you remember, I believe the players wanted the luxury tax up to like 260 at the end of the 5 years. It's going to go up to about 243 or 245. So, of course, they're going to vote no because they're like, oh, we're only going up to 243. I wanted it at 260. So they're voting no in the hopes of like, you know what? I wish it could go up to 260, so that gives our owners even more money to spend. You know what I mean? I think that's why they voted no. I don't think it's because they're going to go right away thing. And the other interesting thing is the executive committee for the players voted 8-0 against ratifying it. So it was the players as a whole that came together and said, no, we're going to do it, even though the executive committee voted no, 8-0 too. Like, that's rare. It's not like it was, 7-1. Like, you had not a single player on the executive committee vote yes. And Michael, 5 of those players have one thing on common as well. You know what those are?
What's that?
5 players on that executive committee are represented by Scott Boras.
Ooh.
Who is, Mr. Moneybags in the MLB world. For anybody that doesn't know that, that's like the agent that every top MLB player is
like the clutch of the NBA.
No, literally, it is. Also, those rules aren't going into effect this year. They might not ever go into effect. Yeah, rules that
they will. Yes, they will.
The rules I think you mean of the bigger bases and all that. Yeah, they are not happening at this very moment. But, all right. So let's get into other things that happen, Michael. So the minimum salary, I believe before this was around 500,000, I want to say. 2022, it's 700,000. So that's a $200,000 increase. Great job by the players. 2023, it goes to 720, 740, 760, finally ending at 780 in 2026. So it'll go up $20,000 each year. The competitive balance tax threshold, which is realistically the luxury tax, is what everybody calls it, I believe. $230 million this year, 233 next year, 237, 241, and finally ending at 244 in 2026. Also, going back to the minimum salary, that is the first year increase is the largest single year increase in history, nearly 5 times larger than the previous high. So obviously a big job out of them. $20 million increase from 2021 to 2022 is nearly twice as large as the biggest previous amount for the luxury tax. Pre-arbitration bonus pool is $50 million to be distributed to the top 100 players based on awards and statistical performance. This is also another interesting thing. Under this system, NL Cy Young Award winner Corbin Burns would have seen his salary jump from $608,000 to $4.2 million last season. And Rookie of the Year winners Randy Arozarena and Jonathan India would have seen their respective salaries triple in 2021. So that's insane. It's still baby money in the league. That's why they let it go. Luxury tax needs to go down. No, the luxury tax will never go down, ever. That's the opposite of what will happen. The luxury tax is going to go up because they want them to force owners to spend money so they're actually competitive. That's the whole point of it. Well, and also, so the big market teams can spend even more money than they already do, which, by the way, I'm fine for. Terrible ran league. Dustin, I think you're way wrong. I think you're so wrong. It's insane. Here's my thing for people that complain about the small market teams and everything like that. Easy. First of all, Michael, you remember small market teams aren't even coming close to that. Yeah, of course they're not going to come close to that. Guess what? Get better at what you have to do. What about the Rays? The Rays are fine every single year. Winning 90 games. Winning the division. Going to the World Series. The Marlins won a World Series in what? 2004? 2001? No. 2001 was the Diamondbacks. I like Derek Van Ripper's rationale of abolishing luxury tax or even salary caps to begin with. I think a salary cap or anything like that is just never going to happen because why would the players ever want to tax on what they can make? The luxury tax, you can go over it, but you're just penalized. If there's a cap, you can't go over the cap. Would it help with the minimum salary? Yeah, because then you would probably also have to put in a salary floor if you're going to have a salary cap. But, listen, small market teams, Michael, don't you remember the beginning of this lockout when I said, all those small market teams were getting X amount of dollars and instead of reinvesting it in the team, which is what the whole purpose of it was, they were just putting it in their pocket anyway.
Right.
You're never going to be able to make everybody happy anyway.
Right.
So, and for everybody, it makes the league less competitive. Then why hasn't there been a repeat champion in 20 years? The Yankees haven't. The Yankees can spend all this money. They haven't won a World Series since 2009. The Dodgers had the highest payroll in baseball every year since however long ago. They hadn't won a World Series until 2 years ago. Until what? 80? No, not 86. That's when the Mets won. The Dodgers.
Yeah, I want to say it was the late 80s. I can't remember when. And then that's even your Yankees who used to win it back-to-back or at least every other year in the 90s, 2000s. Haven't been back since, a decade now? Over a decade?
Yeah.
So,
and even when the Yankees were repeating, you realize that they got all those players through their system. Derek Jeter was through the system. Mariano Rivera through the system. Andy Pettitte through the system. Jorge Posada through the system. Bernie Williams was through the system. So, it's not like they were out here, flexing their muscle. Now, did they obviously go out and get some other players? Of course. They're treating it more like a cap, though. It would give the players more power to create their own market, but the union is too weak for that anyways. No, it would actually make you put together a team intelligently and not with their pocket. Guess what? If you have money, you're going to be able to use it. That's why the Nets can have all these good players.
That's what I was going to say. With that being said, we're going to see which way actually works because Cohen has no history in baseball whatsoever that I know of, and he bought the team. He
obviously filled out his front office with people that know baseball.
Right. But still, at the end of the day, he's going to spend his money wherever he wants to. I mean, it's his decision. So we're going to see, and I'm excited to see what they do here. I think they're probably one of the first teams that will throw out that big lump sum at a free agent to try to get them signed compared to somewhere else. But we'll be able to see if it is the more money, the more players that you can get, or if it's more strategic. Because, still, if you're going to pay me tons of money, I'm probably going to play for you. It don't matter if you're good or bad. I hate to say it that way. But at the same time, then you got the Rays that still somehow are just so intellectual minded on their database, their analytics, that they just make dirt into diamonds.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
they make nothing into something every year.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What else do we got here?
Can we talk about some of the rules, even though they may not be changing yet, just because I want to
of course we can, but I'm not done yet, Michael. We got a draft lottery, too.
Okay. And the international draft. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, So the top 6 selections will be awarded with a lottery. So odds will be based on the reverse order of winning percentage, with the bottom 3 clubs each at 16.5%. I like that too. Like I said, one of the biggest things for me in the MLB was tanking. It was just, I mean, listen, you're going into the year and if you're an Oriole fan, you have absolutely no chance of doing anything because your team doesn't want to do anything anyway. So I like the fact that now you're not just guaranteed a spot somewhere. Like, oh, we're just going to finish terribly on purpose and we're automatically going to get the first pick. Now, is it going to eliminate tanking fully? Of course it isn't. We still see in the NBA, people tank all the time. Sometimes they're rewarded for it. Sometimes they're not. But, maybe it helps in a little bit of a way where, it's like we're not guaranteed the first pick anyway. So maybe we should try at least to win a couple more games than just completely selling out your season.
So it's just the first 6 teams that are getting the lottery, right?
Yes. The first 16, the worst
6
teams. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, theoretically, if you're not going to be able to get in the 6th spot, there's no point in tanking whatsoever. Like, if you can't even come close to it, you might as well try to win a few games. So I do think that's kind of nice that it's not a huge amount of those picks that are the lottery, because then I think you'd get everyone trying to tank to get into that bubble, if you will. So I do like that stat on there, or that rule that they made on there.
Yeah, like I said, anything to try and attempt to fix tanking, I'm with, because I hate it anyway. So the international draft, so this is where it gets kind of weird, because technically, to come to an agreement on this deal, they didn't agree on the international draft. They kind of said, we want one and we're going to try and take a look at it. And I think they have until like July 25th to like come to an agreement to it, or else pick compensation just goes back like how it is right now. Like if you sign a player, then like another player gets draft compensation, or another team gets draft compensation. So that's a little bit up in the air right now. But
and I will say this, I'm going to chime in real quick if you don't care. I do think Manfred was actually kind of strategic on this, and I hate to even give him any type of credit on this, because yesterday he had given them to a 3 p.m. deadline to decide on that international and just everything else. At 3:20 p.m., and this is coming straight from MLB, the network, 3:20, they had never got a response from the players or anything like that. And so at 3:50, I think it was, is when we heard that some games were going to be canceled or removed. That was the word, removed, I think it was. So at least he put the pressure on them. Hey, you didn't respond, so I have to do what I said I was going to do. And then it wasn't 15 minutes later, they said that they actually got a response from the players right away, that they were interested and thought that talks could continue now. So I do think Manfred made a good chess move on that.
Yeah. Listen, it was here's the other thing too. Like the people that are, I'm not going to watch the MLB because the players are making so much money anyway, and they were arguing over money. My only thing for that too is, what did you think was going to happen? You think the players were going to be like, you know what? You're right, guys. We make so much money. I think that we should just accept whatever offer the owners give us, and we're just going to go along with that. Like, you wouldn't do that in your own life. So what makes you think the players are going to do it either? Josh is very happy that baseball's back also. Josh, I know that you're excited. I know that you're very excited.
He couldn't be happier. Thank you, Josh, for joining on our YouTube page. We appreciate that, man.
Yeah, so for the international draft, I see Dustin's asking about that as well, and JJB said that it's remarkably grotesque. So
Yeah.
I think the international draft is going to go this way. I heard that like it's going to change every year, so every 4 years you would have the best chance at getting the best prospect. So it's not going to be because it's not going to be based on anything that like how you finish throughout the season. It's not going to be based on your record or anything like that. They're just going to do it that way. So every 4 years or something like that, you'll technically have the best chance of getting a prospect. So I don't know if that means. I also think that the draft picks can be traded,
Okay.
which I think the MLB draft, you still can't trade picks, which to me has always been really weird. Just because I guess I'm used to the NFL and NBA, I should say.
Right.
But the international draft would be 20 rounds, increasing the total compensation earned by amateurs by more than 20 million. Signing bonuses would be guaranteed to drafted players, and clubs who select players from growth countries, which is countries with less than 0.5% of signings in the previous 3 signing periods, will receive additional selections to incentivize scouting and signings in emerging markets. That's
I
smart.
wonder.
That's a smart thing right there, Michael, though, because if you're sending scouts now to different countries and things, um, that's growing the game a little bit because now you're going to
Right.
send scouts out to other places. Then say, I'm trying to think, like Brazil. I don't know if there's any Brazilian baseball players like in the MLB right now. Maybe there is, and I'm probably just missing one. I'm sure there is, but I'm saying, what if? Because here's the thing, too, Michael. You got to remember, like all the Dominican players. All the
Uh-huh.
Dominican players, when they are in the MLB, they're loved, like back home
Oh, back
because
home, right?
because they're one of their own. So maybe they
It's
send
like
a
Yao
scout
Ming
out.
of China in the NBA. I mean,
Exactly,
right.
exactly. Um, so if all of a sudden you go to Brazil and you find this great Brazilian baseball player, maybe that gets Brazil as a country like, oh, I'm going to watch baseball now because it's one of our guys making it to the top. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like that for the MLB as well. It is weird though, and JJB said it well that it's kind of gross. It's kind of gross in a way too because before you were able to bid on the players and you
Mhm.
could give them money and stuff like now this is realistically a way for the owners to just draft a player and then not have to pay them. This is just another way of doing that. So now they're going to get drafted and then they're just going to have to be with whatever team instead of having offers from different teams and being
Mhm.
able to go wherever they want. So I don't know if I love it, but listen, if the international draft was the thing that was going to slow down all the CBA talks, I'll gladly do whatever they want on that. Let's see. We got a bunch of stuff. Other details. So, contracts for arbitration eligible players will be guaranteed. Top prospects. This was an interesting one too. So, top prospects who finish first or second in the Rookie of the Year voting will receive a full year of service time.
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
so now if you're first or second in the Rookie of the Year, you get that service time, which means you're 1 year closer to free agency than you were before.
Hmm.
Where I guess before, if you got first or second in the Rookie of the Year voting, but maybe you weren't there long enough to be considered a service time, you didn't get it. Not, I mean, I don't hate that either. Let's see. Clubs promoting top prospects to opening day rosters will be eligible to receive draft picks if the player finishes in top 3 in the Rookie of the Year voting or top 5 in Cy Young / MVP. That's another one because you remember before they would call prospects up in March or not March.
Chris
They would call
Bryant.
them up in April and May. Yeah, exactly, like Chris
Hmm.
Bryant. So they could manipulate the service time and everything like that.
Hmm.
Now you get a little extra something if you keep them on the opening day roster. So I like that as well, trying to get the players more
Hmm.
money. They also, and Michael, I am not the biggest guy of expanding playoffs because I think we saw it in the NFL this year that if you expand it too much, like the 2 versus 7 games this year in the NFL, like both 7 seeds had no business being in the playoffs. Like they got absolutely demolished both times.
Right.
But I kind of like this in the fact that the MLB expanded the postseason to 12, and the top 2 division winners receive a bye. Because now, Michael, winning the division kind of means something again. I
Right.
felt like before it didn't really mean as much. With the Wild, it was like, yeah, I'd like to win the division, but we can just we can just, make the wild card. Now it's like, hell no, I got to win my division because I want that bye. I don't want to go because Michael. Now you got to think about it because there's no more wild card game. It's a wild card series. It's going to be a best 2 out of 3. So now you got to think. Now we have to win our division because if we don't, then I have to go play a 2 out of 3 wild card game. So that's more games I've already played. Plus, you can't set up your pitching anymore.
Right.
You can't have players rested. So that team with the bye is just going to be sitting there like, okay, you just played a 3-game series. Hopefully, you're probably on your third best pitcher right now for our opening game, and we have our 1, 2, and 3 ready to go. So I like that because it kind of brings back the damn. We better win the division or something. We're playing in a bad game. Universal DH, which thank you.
Absolutely.
Jesus. I mean, it's been about 20 years too late.
No, it's right on time.
Oh, no.
It is right on time.
Absolutely not. This should have always been like this. And then, Michael, here's another very interesting one that I don't think anybody really realizes is a big deal. But players can only be optioned
5 times?
Yeah, 5 times in a season now. And that doesn't sound like a big deal. But, Michael, I think this is going to solve one of your big problems in baseball.
Okay, what's that?
How many times have you seen, maybe a pitcher has a bad outing, right? And they go 2 innings and they get taken out and they bring in a pitcher and all of a sudden that pitcher saves the day, right? He goes 6 innings, eats up innings, so now you don't have to use your bullpen. But then technically he's not available for the next probably 3 or 4 days because he threw all those pitches. They just send him down. Him down. You can only do that 5 times now. Michael King on the Yankees. No, Albert Abreu, I think it was. Albert Abreu or Michael King on the Yankees. Michael, he was optioned 11 times last year.
Oh, wow. 11?
So this is, and you know what? Oh, whatever. We'll just take the penalty. You know what the penalty is? If you do it, they can become a free agent.
Ooh. That's interesting.
That
is interesting. Yeah.
So you're not going to have people screwing around with that. Please just give me City Connect jerseys now. Listen, I said this last week, JJB. I want a Tim Anderson City Connect jersey so bad. Oh God, those White Sox uniforms were beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But all right, Michael, that's all of the big things too. There are some little things that I don't think anybody else really realized too. Michael, I don't know if you heard about this. So there's not going to be like 163rd game like to decide a playoff spot anymore.
Right.
I don't really like that. I mean, that's kind of cool. I kind of like the 163rd because if you remember, well, you might not remember. That's how when the Yankees, hit a walk-off against the Red Sox, like I think back in the 70s.
Who cares?
That moment like went down in history. A lot of people care actually. So how about piss right off? Anyway, they're gonna go to. Well, I mean, hey, when you actually root for a good franchise, that's what happens. Game 163 Brewers versus Cubs in 2018 was the best. See, and that's the thing. That's not going to happen anymore. Like that doesn't happen anymore, which I'm a little disappointed in that because the MLB is just going to go to like NFL tiebreakers. I guess it's going to be head to head, and then whatever goes after that, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm really not. And then the other one, Michael, this one is another one that I think really does help grow the game.
Okay.
Right now, I believe you play each person in your division 19 times. And I think when you play somebody in the NFC, Jesus.
NFC?
Now I can't even, the NL, oh my God. When you play like a certain division in the NL every 4 years, I want to say it is. So now they're actually going to take away divisional games because, listen, let's be real here. 19 times, a little excessive, by the way.
Mm-hmm. We like to play the Pirates, though.
Well, yeah, we like playing the Orioles. Actually, last year the Orioles were like
they actually owned you all. I won't say own. That's a little too strong, but
yeah, calm down. I'm pretty sure we were still like 5 games above 500 against them. But anyway, listen, they're going to take away some divisional games, and you're actually going to play one team in each NL division.
Lily.
Can't wait to play the Reds last.
Listen, the Cubs. Oh no, she was a Brewers fan. That's right.
Yeah, she's a Brewer fan. Get it right, Mike.
We actually swept them one series last year, and I was like, okay, maybe we're actually going to do good with them. And then it was back and forth. So it was good season last year for the Brewers and the Reds. I like their series, but I do like it because honestly, it gets old, and I actually think that almost causes the gap more in the divisions, and we need it to be more competitive as much as possible. Like, I wish they could manipulate the schedules through the seasons and almost make it a little more competition through these tanking teams to have them more relevant. And I know that's probably never going to happen, and I don't want it to really happen. All teams need to just be good. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Kept on going. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but here's the thing that excites me about it. I think it's another thing that grows baseball a lot because now
your names are getting across the whole country.
Exactly. Listen, Mike Trout plays pick your NL team. The Dodgers. No, because I think they play every year actually. Plays. Oh, listen, let's go with Lily. Plays the Brewers once every 3 or 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're gonna spread Mike. You're gonna spread Mike Trout, Ohtani, and Tatis, and all these players. You're gonna spread them out, through the MLB because they're gonna play each division once a year.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be able to expose them, people that maybe they wouldn't have seen them before. All those LA teams and West Coast teams that listen. I have no problem watching their games because I stay up late anyway. I know I lost the AirPod.
Now you look like me out here.
Because I stay up late anyway, but I mean, I'm sure 12-year-old Johnny isn't allowed to stay up, till 1 o'clock in the morning watching an Angel game. But now, maybe he's going to come over and play the Mets one of these times, and now you're going to be able to see him play.
And I think it grows not even that, like, because I'm even thinking here, like Lily put in here, Ohtani in Milwaukee. Wow, if she could only see, more than likely there's going to be a chance of that rotation that he could be there, that he's not pitching, but yes, he'll probably bat just because I'm just going with a pitcher perspective on this. But that player may sign a lot of autographs for those fans there that they would never ever have a chance to get. So I mean, it's a great opportunity for these players to capitalize, just promoting themselves too. So yeah, I think it's actually a very smart move on this. And really, you get tired of playing the same teams over and over. Yes, they're in your division, but like you can only play them so many times. It's like It's almost clockwork. I mean, here's the thing. And I'm not going to get into that rant yet. I'm going to try to table it a little bit. Carry on.
No, but I agree with you. Like, listen, I love Yankee Red Sox. It's probably the best rivalry in sports.
Right. So but it needs to be the last series like it always is. And, and you get your fix.
But here's my thing. For every, and this has always been my argument for the pitchers hitting too. For every Yankee Red Sox game, I got to watch 19 Yankee Oriole games that I could not care less about because I know that the Orioles aren't trying anyway. Just like I've always said before, for every Jacob deGrom, there's about 400 other pitchers that can't hit a baseball bat with a wooden paddle. So I'm good on watching that. But that is all the current CBA changes. It's a long list, but listen. All right, fine, Michael. If you didn't want a new CBA, we could have just lockout for the next year and been fine.
Listen, I apologize. I had one yawn in my body and it came out. Okay,
they could have done it quietly, but now you had to make it all nice and last. Everybody heard him yawn. Unbelievable, disrespectful, I would say.
Unprofessional. I apologize, guys.
Well, Michael, I've heard you say a couple times you got some things you wanted to talk about. So what do you?
Well, I just and I know JJB already mentioned that some of these roles will not be happening yet, but I just want to get your opinion on this and let's discuss this because I think it's going to go in effect next year. Is the shift? They've banned the shift.
Ban, pitch clock, and bigger bases.
Well, I just want to go with the shift at the moment.
Okay, no, I'm just saying that I just want to lay out.
Right. And I actually do like the clock, pitcher's clock, because honestly, watching some of these Savannah Banana games, there is a pitch clock on them, and watching the speed of it and actually hear them interact and talk about it, they actually love the tempo that it brings.
There's nothing worse than waiting 35 seconds for a pitch to be thrown every single time.
Absolutely. I almost kind of like the thought of if a batter steps both feet out of the box, it's an automatic strike.
Two of those threes are wild to me. Lily said I'm pissed about the shift being banned. Oh, we're going to get into a conversation.
Okay, good. Yes. Okay.
Because we're going to get into it now, huh?
The shift, For anyone that's out here that may be casuals that's listening to this, but I don't really think there's too many casuals that would actually listen to a baseball show. So the shift is.
Calm down, Michael. We are wildly entertaining. I think people just love us.
I mean, you're facts. Okay, so let's just keep on going. So the shift. I'm a left-handed person, so I'll be batting on the right side of the plate. Same what?
I bat lefty too.
Okay, well, I'm left-handed though.
Yeah, but I bat lefty, so whatever.
Okay, so I would be batting on the right side of the plate, closer to the first base. So usually the shift would be the shortstop would move to the right side of second base. Second baseman would shift middle ways between first and second, and then you have first baseman there as well. The shift makes sense. So they are going to be banning this as moving forward. And, a lot of what I've seen on Twitter is everyone's really praising that they're banning this and so thankful that they are moving it back to the normal. But I want to say I really have mixed emotions on this. And a part of me likes it because, one thing we've talked about in the past, like way long time ago, is you don't see those many highlight reels from the shortstops and the second baseman diving catches, turning into two like that. And I do miss that. But at the same time, the way I've always played sports is you try to take away someone's weak or strength and make them weak. That's just what you do. So you move the shift over there, you take away their strength. So why can't you just hit the ball away to the other side? And it's all done. Why couldn't you even bunt down third base? Because the third baseman's at short, playing closer to second base. There's no way he's going to get there in time. So it's automatically a hit. Now, I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, the game's changed. You hit for doubles or you hit for home runs. That's what I'm paid to do." No, I'm sorry. You're paid to hit the ball in play and us win games. And that's what I just don't understand. And that's why I think when I first heard that the shift is banned, I was like, "Oh yeah, good, regular baseball." But then I was like, I'm sorry, these are professional athletes, and it almost comes back to what I was going to say earlier. It's almost like they're so robotic on everything that they do that they can only do this now. They can only swing for the fences. They can't actually, I don't want to say that they can't actually hit away, but they aren't trying to learn how to hit away. Like if Tony Gwynn played in this era, they could not shift. Like if they did shift, he would eat it up. And that's the thing. Like all you got to do is actually pay attention and see what's going on and correct that and play to the opposite side. So a part of me almost wants to say, if you can't be better enough than the shift, then I'm sorry, let's not ban the shift because you can't fix yourself. That's where I kind of am now, I think. What about you? Because I know you are happy that the shift is banned.
Let's see.
Lily says you're a pro. First. Exactly. I don't know what else she said.
If you're using advanced statistical analysis for batting and pitching adjustments, learn how to hit better about the shift. Also,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's not going to produce more offense. Like I really don't think the move is going to make anything more exciting. I don't think it's going to lead to better baseball. You're a pro. I have never in my life disagreed with something more. Michael,
really? Because
I can't stand the shift. Yes, hit the other way. Guess what, people? This is not 1990 anymore, though. And I think that is what people get mixed up.
What does that have to do with anything? We know what year it is. I don't understand that saying
you don't understand
it's 2021, it's 2022.
Michael, you don't understand it for the simple fact that people out of the bullpen back then were throwing 95 and it was considered fast. People out of the bullpen now, if you throw 95, you're mid. Like everybody throws.
It's still fast, but
okay, but everybody now is throwing 98, 99, 100.
So okay,
and
okay.
It's
I hear
and
that
even
argument.
today, even today, listening to stuff, Paul O'Neill says, yeah, some people could hit against the shift, but it's not as easy to do as people think it is. So who am I to first of all argue with a professional hitter? And my other thing is, I think you're wrong about the part too, where you're just paid to get on base. No, you're not. No, you're not. The reason that the Yankees are paying Joey Gallo, the reason that I can only really think of Yankee things. But whatever. The reason is because they want him to hit home runs. So if all the Michael, our entire lives, what's the first baseman supposed to do? Hit home runs. So imagine the first baseman all of a sudden. Matter. Okay, but I'm saying, Michael, our entire life, a hit up the middle has been a hit. Always. Right. Now it's not a hit anymore. Right. You lace one into right field, and there's a second baseman standing there. Right. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I've seen 4 outfielders for Joey Gallo.
Right.
4. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
So what
That's
shift are we
ruining
banning
baseball.
then?
I think you have to have 2 players on each side of second base.
So you're okay with 2 players on the side of second base, but they could be in the outfield too? I mean, like, you can't just ban one shift and not ban all shifts. Like, you can't come in and shift your players in for a
Okay,
bunt
no, but it's
squeeze.
completely
Like,
different because now you can't have your shortstop play second, and then your second baseman play short right field, and then your right fielder play
okay,
deep right field.
but you can learn what usually happens in certain situations. A man's on second and there's no outs and we've got to score a run. More than likely they may bunt here, so you're going to bring your third baseman up for the bunt. Oh, that's a shift technically, so no, you can't do that.
Bringing somebody in for a bunt is not a shift, Michael.
Did you not shift your player? You shifted him forward. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the cutoff on this? Yes, you're saying shift left and right.
I just said
So,
you have to have 2 players on each side of first base, and they have to be touching the infield, but until the pitch is thrown.
okay, so what about the bringing your outfielders in? Can you do that now?
Yeah, go ahead.
But that's a shift.
The whole point is because now
The-
you're
the
doing
whole-
the thing.
no,
No,
the
because now
whole
you're
point
doing the
is-
thing of taking it to the extreme.
But there's no limits. That's what I'm saying. Like,
There is a limit.
the whole reason each player stands exactly where they stand is because analyticals say that most balls are hit in this area, or you can run down most balls here. So if most balls are hit in the middle, it would make sense to put someone in the middle. So, okay, as batters, and you're saying that the 100 miles per hour is faster, so it's harder for these players to see them. They've got the trainings. They've seen 100 miles per hour fastball as they've gotten older.
Doesn't mean it's easy.
It's not 1990 anymore. These kids didn't grow up seeing 90 miles per hour fastball. They grew up seeing 95 miles per hour fastball. So they should be
easier.
They should be exactly developed as the 90s, seeing the 92 to 95, now seeing 95 to 98. It's the same thing they've been seeing their whole life. So they should be developed just as good. The cameras have told them what's coming, what to look for on their arms. Like, they're so much more advanced in all their technologies compared to the 90s. So why can't they see a ball curving and be able to pull it, or see a pitch coming as a fastball and be able to hit it down the opposite field line?
So let's do this then.
Okay.
You're also, JJB said a third of major league at bats were shifted for last year, which is absurd.
What shift? What shift does he mean? I mean, there's all kinds of shifts.
Shift that we're talking about right now.
Okay.
So you're going to sit here and tell me you want to watch a baseball game where, people are just going to come up and if they're being shifted against, they're just going to bunt it down the first baseline or the third baseline. That's what you want. That's what you want.
I'm going to tell you this. There was one time watching the most charismatic person playing.
Lily said, hell yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I love baseball. I'm not going to sit up here and watch a bunt fest.
But that's it. That's your thing. If it's a bunt fest, then you have to change. You have to shift back. Then it's baseball. I mean, listen, one time we played the number 7th team in our state in basketball, and we took them to double overtime, and the final score was 33-32 because I stood at the top of the key, got the ball back, and never dribbled.
And guess what? That was probably the most boring game anybody has ever watched in their entire life.
Okay, so if I won that game, let's just say if I won that game, I got paid $1 million because, if they get these contracts, if they win so many games, or if they win the World Series, they get paid. Do you think I care if you enjoyed watching that game, or do you think I care more that I won my $1 million?
But here's another thing. Do you think you're not going to care in the 5 years when all of your fans say this is the dumbest thing I've ever watched in my entire life? I'm not showing up anymore, so they can't give you your $1 million?
All that team had to do was get out of their zone and play man and come up and press me. Of course, they tried that a little bit, and I just dribbled around them. But anyways, that's all they had to do. So I took away their strongest. Our team took away their strongest, not let them have the ball in offense as much, and they couldn't do anything. As a coach, you always take away their strength and make them try to beat you with their weakness. If my team can play defense well and that team hits hard balls, I'm going to shift to it, make them bunt.
How about this? How about this, though?
Oh, wait. Time. Let me get back to my favorite play. You were talking about the shift. Probably 10 years ago, Brandon Phillips was on first base, and they shifted on Jay Bruce and had third base playing shortstop. Brandon Phillips stowed second, was called safe, took off to third because there was no one there. It was the most exciting play ever. Now, why did that happen?
Because of the shift.
Because of the shift. So there's
Okay.
advantages of the shift. You just
I
have
can
to take
guarantee you.
advantage of those shifts.
All right, no, fine. Let's play this game then. Okay, let's play this game.
Let's go. Let's go.
So
Banter,
Michael, I
baby.
got a question for you.
I
So
love you,
how
by
come
the
in
way.
the
Hey,
how come in the
I love you.
NFL there's illegal formations?
I love you.
Why are there illegal formations?
Illegal formations? I don't know.
Why are there illegal formations in the NFL? Why can't the NFL have all 10 guys up on the line of scrimmage and then just run the ball with a running back and a wildcat? Why is that an illegal formation?
Well, you can actually have a lineman go out for a pass, but they have to be off the line to initiate.
Yeah, but they also have to be eligible. So,
but they can they can
how
shift where they want to go.
No. All right. So how about this? How come the NFL you can't get a head start running? That would be illegal. That's an illegal formation. That would be illegal. Why can't you get a head start?
Is this the hard count?
No, we're doing the same thing. How come in the NBA? How come in the NBA you can't camp in the paint and just wait for the ball to get thrown to you?
Oh, I hate that. I think you should be able to.
Okay, but you can't. Guess what? It's against the rules. Just like the MLB is making a stupid shift against the rules. You can't have an illegal formation in the NFL. You can't camp in the paint in the NBA. There's offsides in hockey. There's offsides in soccer.
You can camp in the paint, but you got to figure out how to do it. You have 2 seconds. You have to move out and back in.
But you can't stand there.
You can't stand there constantly.
Okay, exactly. It's illegal.
But you can also shift someone else into there while you're getting out. So, I mean, you could weave it if you wanted to. It would make no sense. But I'm just saying, nothing needs to be changed. If you want to take advantage of it, then the other team should try to take the advantage of the shift. It's that simple.
Listen, if you guys want to sit here and watch your slugging first baseman hit 350 instead of 300 with 40 home runs and watch him hit.
Nobody hit 300 going for the fences. You know that.
Well, Freddie Freeman hit 31 home runs last year and hit 300.
That's why he's going to be a Brave again.
Like I said, if you want to sit and watch a bunt fest, go ahead. Listen, go over.
I like the bunts. In the Savannah Banana, there's no bunts. You actually be kicked out of the game if you bunt.
Watch Japanese baseball where they have a bunt competition at the All-Star break every year. If that's really what you want.
Did you know in the NCAA in bunting last
what's
year?
Your question? I'm intrigued.
They batted over 500 at bunts.
I'm sure that they did.
So I mean,
here's my thing. All right, okay, but here's my thing. If people are getting paid off of hitting home runs and doing and that, because that's what the analytics want them to do. So your team is telling you, I want you to hit home runs. Why, as a player, would you say, no, I'm going to bunt instead and then risk not getting paid?
Okay. That would be not a player's decision. That should be the manager's to say, hey, the bunt is on.
Well, then you're going to get fired as a manager, by the way.
Okay, so the man who says that he doesn't like analytics is now saying that he only goes by the analytics in this. Like the analytics
I don't like analytics, but I'm saying that's what baseball is based on right now.
The analytics is all based on non-shifts. I would like to see some analytics on the shift. Where is the best to hit the ball? Like, what should you do to get on base more? Because I'm sorry, if you shift on me and I get to first base and I have speed, just like I said, Brandon Phillips, if you got a left-handed batter up and you still have a halfway shift on, you've got to have someone at home. There is a huge gap in shortstop areas, should be, because someone's got to protect third base. If I can steal second, I'm already in scoring position because I bunted because you would not.
Michael, half of the people that get shifted on are not speedsters, by the way.
Oh, what's Perry saying? Yes, Michael. I'll go with it, whatever it is. So that's just me. And again, I don't think for it to be an advantage for the defense, we're penalizing them or we're trying to say, no, you can't do it. Like, just be better than that. Like, all you had to do is get away from it.
Oh, my God.
I mean, really, it's almost like the defense in the NFL, if you want to go different. Like, you can't hit hard now or you're going to hurt somebody. Like, I mean, you used to be afraid to go across the middle to catch something because you're going to be laid out. But now it's like, oh, that's roughing the passer, that's roughing the catcher and all this stuff. All like, no one likes to play defense because defense sucks. Like, it's all about offense. That's what the baseball is now going to. I would rather see.
Because it's boring when there's a one-hit game. Unless you are a true baseball fan, nobody wants to see a one-hitter, bro.
Do you want to see a one-hitter?
I'm a baseball fan. You can't ask me. Go ask some
You're
random person.
telling me right
that's on
now
the
that you
fence.
don't want to see it.
I said if you're not a baseball fan.
But you're telling me that you don't want to see it if you want to see home runs.
No.
Granted, home runs are exciting.
Michael, we're gonna have to listen with our ears now.
Oh, we are listening with our
I
ears.
said if
You
you're
said
not a
that you want
baseball
people
fan,
paid to hit
you
home
don't-
runs. You
Michael,
don't want to
how many
watch.
times have I had to say I don't like analytics and it's ruined baseball? And it's
Right,
ruined
and
baseball
you-
because analytics is what brought the shift upon anyway.
Right.
And for the people that are so mad about the shift going away, it's been around for like 10 years.
It really has. That's
You're
how long
telling me
it's
that
built.
all of a sudden that's what made baseball so much better is the shift? Sorry that I don't want my lefty batter smoking one into short right field, and all of a sudden I got to see Jose Altuve's little self standing there and catching it for an out, or smoking one back up the middle, which for probably the first 15 years of my life, it was a hit every single time. And now all of a sudden I got to see somebody standing there. So even better, Michael, what are we taught in baseball all the time? Hit it through the pitcher's chest. Yeah,
Right.
Guess what? If you do that now, it's an out anyway.
As we've seen, what was it? Lindor at second got the double play single-handed, or not? Lindor for the Mets, right? He looked at.
There's a lot of double plays throughout the year.
Well, it's one of the highlights where he said, "We got you," and he's like standing on second base, and it's one pop, or no, he caught it and dove and got the guy coming back to second base because he was right there and he shouldn't have been. But I mean, even talking about shifts, there's a shift for the double play. Like they come in more. It's a shift. Like
Actually,
there's shifts. They back up and they come in closer to the bag. But
what did Lily say before? What was her proposal? I just want to talk at the end of the season and review if this is adding more offense and or drama to the game. If it does, all the credit to you. I respect your opinion, but I just want to say that if it doesn't contribute to better batting averages and hits, I want to talk. Well, first of all, Lily, it's the start of the 2023 season, so we can't do it yet. She said, I said I'm fine with banning extreme shifts. Overall, it's just smart playing baseball and playing. Listen, but that's what they're banning. They're banning extreme shifts. You can't have 4 people in the outfield, and you can't have 3 people on one side of the field and somebody playing short right field.
They're banning analytics telling you where to place your players on defense to get an out.
Because it made baseball more boring. And what do people say about baseball? It's boring. So they're trying to make the game better.
So what happens? So when can I move? Like when the pitcher's in his motion, can I sprint out to the outfield to get in that spot?
Once the ball is released, you're allowed to move.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's borderline stupid to even worry about it because there's a whole open field that the shift is opening up.
Oh my God, but you're not being paid to do that. Nobody, Michael, here no.
We're making a circle now. We're making a circle.
Listen, last thing I'll say. If everybody wants to talk about analytics, which, by the way, I'll say it again, I hate and think ruined baseball. Because before this, you're right, Michael. They were trying to just get on
hitters.
They were, yes, no, they were absolutely better hitters. But now, analytics say we don't care about you striking out. We want you to hit a home run, and we want you to get on base a little bit. So, with that being said, if all of a sudden your home run hitter decides, well, guess what? I want to hit for a high batting average. I don't want to hit home runs anymore. They're not going to be on the team. So, of course, they're going to go instead and try and hit home runs. That'd be like playing basketball and your coach is like, shoot threes. And you're like, well, I don't want to shoot a three. I shoot better. I'm better at shooting middies. So you're going to go shoot middies. The coach is going to be like, well, guess what? You're not listening to me. Get yourself to the bench. It's the same thing. If you're being told by analytics, we need you to hit home runs and we don't care if you strike out, then you're going to go out and do that. You're not all of a sudden just going to be like, you know what, screw you. I'm going to bunt, or I'm going to try and slap a single down the other way, which, yes, is that smarter baseball? For sure. But that's not what they want you to do anymore. So it's different. Let's see. Lily.
It'll take one team. What'd she say?
She said, Connie, here's the thing. Making baseball more exciting doesn't start with making it more exciting for your average person. That doesn't lead to longevity. Fans who are going to stick around start by making the game better, asking to make it more exciting for the average man is what Manfred has been trying to do. You can't be basketball and you can't be football. You can't be soccer. You're baseball. But that's the thing. You are trying to make it more exciting. No. Because you are trying to make it more exciting for the on the fence person. Because guess what? I hate to tell you something, by the way. All those people that I heard calling up radio shows and I'm not going to watch baseball anymore because of this lockout. Shut up. Yes, you are. You've been watching baseball for 50 years or however long you've been alive. You're going to come back and watch baseball. It can change. It can do this. It's ingrained in you. You can't tell me that, in summer when whatever your favorite team is going for the division lead or, in a playoff chase, that you're going to stop watching baseball because it changed so much. But the person who's on the fence who says, yeah, I watch baseball casually, when all of a sudden it's not exciting anymore and it takes, 45 seconds in between pitches, and then this person struck out for the fourth time in the game, and then, this person is batting 200 because he's only doing that. That's the person you're trying to keep, because guess what? The diehard fan is a diehard for a reason. They are going to be there no matter what. Because the whole point of banning the shift is having more people on base. You have more people on base, maybe they steal, because that's the other thing with the bigger bags. They want people to steal more. Now, will that work? Maybe, because apparently they did it in the minors and it worked. So hopefully it works in the majors.
But they don't want people to steal because it's risking an out. Analytics tells you not to steal.
Michael, here's the thing. Exactly. It's bad against analytics. so who knows if the big base will even work?
So why are we trying to get them to go against the analytics to steal?
No. The MLB is just hoping that it will happen. I don't know if it actually will. We're going to find out when they get bigger bases.
I don't know. To me, one of the most exciting things in baseball is watching someone steal a base. I
don't disagree with you at all.
And
I loved watching Billy Hamilton back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he would get a walk and turn it into a double, sometimes triple.
Yeah, that's the other thing Lily said too. The big bases for foot and ankle injuries. That's a big part of it too. That it's supposed to help with that.
I don't understand how they're going to actually make these bases if they are bigger. And I know I've talked to you about this, because in my head, if whatever, I want to say they're 18 inches by 18 inches now or something. We'll just go with
They're like, Michael, I'm going to see if I can find a picture, but like, I don't know. Have you seen the picture comparison?
I have.
You have? Okay.
But I haven't seen like if it's got like metrics and all that stuff on it.
I've just seen the comparison to old bases, and it's like low key a lot bigger.
But I want to know, and it's because, we always know that it's 90 feet from first to second. It's 90 feet from all the bases. We know that. It's 180 feet from first to third or from home to second.
Like, Michael, look at that.
It's not showed up yet. Oh, here it comes.
That is significantly bigger.
I don't think it's that much bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably adding.
It looks like an inch on both sides. I mean, a half inch to each side.
I don't know. I feel like that's probably a solid inch everywhere. I mean that doesn't. I don't know. It just looks big. I don't know.
But okay, with the pitcher, and sorry for you colorcasters or your podcasters that's going to be listening to this. So what I don't understand is that 90 feet, is it from the center of the base to the center of the second base, or is it from edge to edge? Because if it's an inch bigger, then technically both inches, we're saying, would be 2 inches closer than that 90 feet. So technically in my head, that would be 89 feet and 10 inches from first to second now. Unless you move it to the left and back, because it would be the same for third. And then it's going to make it an odd diamond, because then it's even going to be longer than 180 feet from home to second. So I'm confused on how this is going to pan out. So hopefully the simple solution is it's from the center of the bag to center of the bag. And
here's my thing. I would have to hope that they thought about this before they.
Lily. Sorry, I don't know what all she said, but she just, bigger bases is going to make baseball so much more exciting now. Yippee! Agreed.
I don't listen. The bigger bases was one that I was like, I guess if you want to try it, go ahead. Because, like I said, I think they tried it in the minors, and it helped, like in base stealing. But I don't know if it's going to work, because, like I said, everything is based on analytics, and in the MLB analytics. Unless I think I think unless you can steal bases at like an 80% clip, it's not worth you stealing. And like, how many people can really steal a base at an 80% clip? Like,
I could easily.
Michael, come on. Lily said, I also want to say this. I have a friend. I have friend turned. Wait, hold on. I have turned friends who hate baseball and the fans. Do you want to know what has made them like the sport?
Probably going to an actual game.
True. No. Let me guess. Actually teaching them about baseball. That's what I. No. I'm serious because I think a lot of people that I've talked to that think baseball is boring or don't like baseball have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Oh, I agree. And honestly, and I've said this many times on the show, being a Reds fan, listening to Chris Welsh, who used to pitch for the Reds, he's one of the commentators, the announcers for the Reds games, broadcasters, and he'll talk about, okay, this is a X and X count here. It's a batter's count. So, look for him to be trying to pull something here with a runner on second, trying to move them to third, try to hit it to the right field, who cares if it's an out or not, just something in the air, some of the stuff that you're like, oh, I'd never even thought about that part. And really probably taught me more about baseball than I ever had learned growing up as a kid. So that really helped a lot for me.
Lily said the personality is getting to know the players, their flair on the field. It's not home runs, it's not base hits. It's the guys and their character and the strategy and learning about the game of the significance of everything. No, I agree with that as well. I think the MLB has to work on that as well because actually that's another thing. So apparently, like
we need a camera in the bullpen.
Well, that too,
but the dugout. Not the
apparently, like you can, like MLB players now can have like betting sponsorships and stuff before, which like they couldn't before. So maybe that'll get them, I don't know, out there more.
Pete Rose Hall of Fame. Pete Rose Hall of Fame.
Michael was illegal at the time. What can you say?
He betted on himself. He didn't bet against him.
All right,
just
Calvin
throwing
Ridley,
that out
calm
there.
down.
Just throwing that out there.
The OG Calvin Ridley.
That's right.
The BS isn't the biggest problem. Listen, you don't got to tell me about marketing for the players because you're not allowed to show flair in the MLB or else you're going to get hit in the head with the next pitch. Okay. So
I know you don't like this guy,
but Trevor Bauer's a tool. Yes, I know.
The two biggest names right now that's outside of actually being good just at the sport, that's known through social media or just because of TV time, is Kelly, who made the face after hitting one of the players for the Dodgers.
Astros.
Yeah, well, he hit an Astro, but he was playing for the Dodgers, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he hit an Astro.
Right. Made the face on there. And then Trevor Bauer, just because of all his social media and what he does. So, I mean,
I think you're giving it a lot more credit than it actually has.
Joe Kelly. Who? What? Trevor Bauer or Kelly?
No, Trevor Bauer.
I mean, Trevor Bauer is all over social media because of stuff.
Yeah, doesn't mean people care.
Well, there's always comments. I'll say that on everything he does.
See, Lily, I agree with you. Trevor Bauer, hate him. Can't stand him. I would also argue that Tatis is much more known than him. Ohtani, much more known than him.
Those guys are also better than him. I said away from being good at the game. Now, I'm not saying Trevor Bauer is great or anything like that because we know what all happened, but then also everything was quitted, so we're not getting into that part. I'm just saying he has taken the time to promote himself.
Oh, no, yeah, I'll give him credit on that. Because, I mean, the MLB clearly not going to promote you because you're just not very good at it.
Well, I mean,
the thing that they did very well was that let the kids play commercial. But then, but then even with that, it was still like even that next year, it was still kind of like, oh, unwritten rules. Like, you remember who was it? Lasorda? No,
it was Mercedes.
Mercedes Lewis. No, that's a tight end for the Packers.
Mercedes. It was something cool last night.
But who was the manager?
Joe. Not Joe Toro. It's
LaRussa.
The old guy, LaRussa.
Yes.
Tony.
Tony LaRussa, and then who? Why can't I? Mercedes. What was his name?
Cadillac Mercedes.
Yeah, I don't think that was It
wasn't Tatis, I don't think.
No, I mean Tatis did have the thing where he hit the grand slam when they were up like 14-0, and everybody got mad at him. You're mean, Mercedes. There we go, Lily. See, MVP of the show. Lily, when are you joining Unwrapped, bro? I'm just throwing that just
Wait,
throwing that out there.
Wait, is this what was the Sherlock pitches? What was it?
Pitches be crazy.
Pitches be crazy. Yes, that's what it is. I was telling somebody at work about that. I thought that was such a hilarious name. You changed your picture. I didn't realize that was the same person. Well,
you really didn't realize that was Lily. What other Lily would there have been, Michael?
I mean,
unbelievable that you would just forget Lily like that. Look, our friend Dark Sage is back too. Got a question?
Hey, Sage, it's been a while.
What's going on? Michael, let's get into something though that we can talk about and not argue about because it's going to be fun.
Okay.
I cannot wait, and I mean cannot wait for players to start getting signed. Like, I really thought that it was going to happen like right away. But I mean, I guess I can also understand how it's not, because I guess it really wasn't worth the risk of all the fines and things you would get if you were found out to be talking to people during the lockout. But there's like 300 free agents that have to be signed. That also doesn't mention all the players that might be traded, because like Matt Olson from the A's might be traded. Matt Chapman might be traded. So there's a bunch of people that are looking for a job and also could get traded. They made baseball Wordle. Oh, hell yeah. Yo, I might have to, Michael, we might have to play it live right now. Yo, send it.
He just did. There's the link.
Oh, you know what, Michael? I think we should play it on stream.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I'm going to send it to myself right now. Actually, no, Michael, here. I'm going to make it easier because I don't feel like sending it to myself. I'm going to text it to you, and I need you to text it back to me. Actually, no, wait. I can just, never mind. I'm stupid. I can just now click on, my messages and just
smalls.
Listen, you calm down. Oh, no, but it takes me to Safari. Oh, wait. I can just copy and paste the link into Google Chrome.
Oh, then we can do it with a shared screen?
That's the Michael. Yes. Come on, that was the whole point there, buddy.
Yes.
Let's see what Sage has to say first. Well, I know most of the news today is about baseball returning, but I'm still trying to understand why at this point baseball does not move the Rays to Montreal. That has been a major story for years, and even still I hear stories about it. I do not understand for the life of me why MLB could not admit baseball is not working in Tampa and just move the team to Montreal. You want to know what it is, Sage? I don't think they're going to move a team to Montreal because a lot of the things, I think they're going to expand. I think so too. The MLB is supposed to expand into 32 teams. I think they're going to add a team in Montreal and then apparently add a team in Nashville.
Nashville? They need one in Louisville. Please put one in Louisville. But I've actually heard some mixed things about that, actually, that the Tampa Bay actually has quite a bit of turnout as far as followers. I mean, they're one of the most viewed teams.
No, not television. One of. They are the most watched team in baseball.
But I've heard rumors that they're going to build a new stadium for them, I think. I don't know if it's the location or something like that.
It's just ugly. Have you seen it? I mean, it is just awful.
Yeah, but I don't know. So I really think, I want to say Tampa Bay is a good fit. It's just for some reason they don't show up there. I don't know what's going on. Even Lily on here. Let's hear. The Rays are an absolute terrible spot in Tampa.
She said it's a spot.
Oh, okay.
It's the location of that stadium. Yeah, it's just. Let's see what else Sage say. No offense, but being in the American League East will be a gold mine more than the original Expos in the National League, because no offense, Braves, Mets, Marlins, and Phillies are not exactly teams who draw. Let's see here. Also, I was right. MLB players blast base. Oh, no, Lily, I wasn't saying you were wrong about the Tatis thing. That just wasn't the exact one that we were talking about. Because I do remember when Tatis hit that grand slam. Oh, why'd you do that? You guys are up so many runs already. Shut up. Listen, if you don't want to give up a home run, don't throw a bad pitch, idiot. Sick of it, Michael. Sick of it.
Anyways,
Michael, look at this. I found it, though.
Can we play the Wordle?
I found it. Look, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Bam.
Cincinnati. No, it's not popular.
No. We have to guess the player. Enter an MLB player's name. Now, do I have to say the full name?
Oh, gosh.
Like, do I have to write Fernando Tatis, or can I just write, we're going to find out, Michael. Watch this. I'm going to type in Tatis. Oh, look, it does it for you. Oh, Okay, Michael.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, we're close too.
Shortstop.
All right. So
NL
it's
West.
no.
That's right.
It's a shortstop, NL West. He throws right and bats right.
That's what I
Yo,
said.
Who's a short? Trevor Story?
Ooh, we don't. He's actually a free agent. Do we want to put him?
True. I say we try it.
Let's go ahead. I'm with it because Story's going to go somewhere.
Oh, look at that. We're even closer, Michael.
Oh.
So he's also from the United States.
Okay. Who's Dodgers shortstop?
Well, you see, so this had Trevor Story. Oh, wait, no. I mean,
it's just someone in the West.
Yeah, but I'm trying I'm trying to determine like where I don't know if you're right about like he was a free agent because you know what I mean. So like, do we say no? I'm saying, do we say Seager, or like is that wrong? You know what I mean? Because he's not technically there anymore. Or you want me to try it? You think I should try it?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right, Corey Seager. Okay, so see, it's technically. Oh, he's a lefty anyway.
Because he's a left better. What about Turner?
All right, so
JJB. That's who it is.
All right, no. So no, it's not. He said Trey Turner still registered as a national, so that just means they messed it up. Michael, I don't. I'm going to be honest with you, Michael. I have no idea who the Diamondback shortstop is. No idea. And I think that might be who it is because we've gone through the other teams. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know who it is. Sean, what's going on?
What's up? How you doing? Hey, real quick, Sean, do you know who the Diamondback shortstop is?
Yeah, somebody tell us the Diamondback shortstop because I low-key can't remember right now. JJB, I know you know. Lily, I know you know. Oh, Chaz? Or Jazz?
What is going on up in here?
No, I thought that was... so it's not... No, yeah, that's the NL East. Oh, look at you, Lily, all mouth sealed. Not trying to help us. So JJ, let me tell you what we got so far. It's somebody in the NL West. He throws and bats righty, and he's from the United States, and he's a shortstop.
Wait, are these active players?
I believe so.
First base, second base, third base, shortstop. Nick Ahmed.
Okay, hold on.
He bats right, throws right.
Michael, congratulations. We've done it.
Yeah. Can we do another one?
I don't know if there's only one a day like in Wordle.
Every week now.
Oh, no, that for sure. I wonder, is there one a day like in Wordle or like can you play more? Because like if I can play more, I'm definitely playing more. How to play.
We know how to play because we just
no, I know, but no, but like when you click the how to play in Wordle, it tells you if there's only one a day.
I see what you're doing. Well, that was fun. Oh, it is. I like daily.
That. Yo, it is daily. Ew.
Why couldn't it have been Joey Votto for the first?
Well, you know what, JJB? I would like to thank you for telling us about that because you just added a new segment to the show. So yes. you are greatly appreciated.
You have to join us every show so we can play this together. And Lily, we're mad at you.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. Well, here we go. Lily, JJB, can we get into communication after this? Have both of you on the show, not only on the Colorcast, but in the StreamYard as well. You know, get your beautiful faces up here, just like ours are. You know what I mean? So hey, I'm just throwing it out there. I know you guys do your show, we do our show. All four of us are fantastic at what we do. So, I mean, I think it only makes sense. That was a good time, though, Michael. I like that.
That was. I can hit escape now, make your face a little bit smaller.
Fellas, look, I'd like to get all the baseball folks on for the Sunday for a festival.
Hey.
You would guess I'll say that. Listen, we're always open to guests. We love guests.
We love guests. In the words of Beauty and the Beast, I'm not going to sing.
Now, you know, JJ, I do keep seeing this summer festival thing for Colorcast. I just don't know what it is, which is why I didn't sign up for it.
Listen, apparently there's a what was y'all were calling
March
that?
Madness thing?
No, a workshop that they do with Colorcast on some Wednesdays or something. I didn't know half this crap about Colorcast.
I didn't know that either. I also did
JJB,
not know that.
you got to give us the hookup, man, for this Colorcast. We want to be like, we want that check mark.
Yo, facts. I need a verification. I am in the Discord. I'm just in
I'm
so
not in
many
the Discord.
See, I'm in so many Discord servers that it gets, man, it gets hectic in there.
I don't even look at my own Discord.
Every Wednesday, Tristan Evan hosts Colorcast workshop. Now, is this telling us how to be better colorcasters? Is that what this workshop is? He said, "Dude, I know." Yeah, so many Discords because like every NFT thing is all about Discord, and like my friends make me join one because they do giveaways, and they're like, "Oh, you need to invite people."
Oh,
so
yeah.
Everything about the app updates things to know what's going on. Hell yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I completely agree with one thing JJB said the other night. When you click on cast on the app, that huge black screen right there that you see it right now that we're live, why do we have that black space? Like, we need to have something there. Hit cast instead of the chat on the app.
Yeah, what about it?
Where the hearts are going up right now because you guys are so wonderful. Like, he made a point on one of his shows that he had going on. Why don't we advertise everyone else's shows right there and just have like an upcoming show or something like that?
You know
like,
what? That's a good point.
That would be
That's
awesome.
a good point. I'll still say this. We need a green room. Need one.
Oh, that would be great.
Because that's the problem with this as well. That like me and you start the Colorcast, but then we're not technically ready because we haven't started the StreamYard.
You can add up to 12 people now?
Yeah, Michael, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
See, Michael, that's why I was confused because remember when I was adding you, it said that I could add you as a speaker or like a co-caster. You can have people on the hot seat, invite as a speaker or like a co-caster. So I enjoy that too. Hell yeah, that was good.
That's going to be nice.
Also, there is a competition updates or news and notes. They'll mention that there. Party mode. It's facts. Like I said, JJB, Lily, I say we have you guys on the show. And we have a grand old time. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. I think
like the Flintstones.
What do you? I don't know. Listen, Michael, I didn't watch Flintstones, so I can't tell you. Oh my
goodness. Is anybody in this chat over the age of 30? Please.
Listen, I'm a young man. 2000, I was born, Michael. 2000.
That is pitiful. I graduated 8th grade. In 2000.
I'm just a wee lad. Just a wee lad. JJB was born in 90. See?
Okay. Hey, okay. I was born in 86. There we go.
Connie, I'm older than you. Lily, apparently.
Sean, 79. Okay. All right.
I was told that I'm never allowed to ask a woman's age. So, I can't. All I'll say is I was born 99.
Jimmy on the YouTube. Get off my
Lily, you're just a year older than me. Hey. Basically the same thing.
Pretty much. Speaking of which, in less than a month now, I'll be having a birthday. What are you going to be getting me?
My presents.
Oh, okay. Well, opening day is April 7th. My birthday is the day after. So,
all right. My birthday is April 28th. What are you going to get me?
Well, it depends on what you get me first.
What do you think? I'm going to buy your Reds tickets? I mean, they're probably only $7. I can do it.
Thank you. Ooh, yeah, I guess that would be a fair trade-off. Yankee tickets for
No. You can sit all the way up top at Yankee Stadium for like
that's okay.
$10.
Okay, I can get you then.
I'll buy you opening day tickets if you buy me opening day tickets.
Yeah, that's not going to happen because that's probably $1,000 just for yours.
No, I just said even then you can sit up top for no reason.
What is Perry saying so cute? Us?
She said my siblings were born in the late 80s and early 90s though. Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. My brother. So let's do math here. I think my oldest brother is 20.
Is such a weird word. My siblings.
I don't really say. I would just always say I have brothers. Like I don't have to say siblings.
No offense,
you know what
opening day buds. Aww.
I do want to go to opening day. I've never been to an opening day, and I really want to go.
You have never been to an opening day?
I haven't. I think honestly, last year was the most Yankee games I've ever gone to in a season. I think I went to and I still didn't go to a lot. I think I went to 3.
Oh, okay. What? But you live an hour away?
Yeah, I mean it's just a train ride though, because the train literally drops you off at Yankee Stadium.
Really? That just sounds so scary to me. Riding a train to the city of New York.
You're not riding into the city, you're riding into Yankee Stadium. It's literally called this. Like when they tell you what the stop is, it's like 159th Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And then you walk off the train.
I've seen too many movies with trains and deaths on them. Okay, you ever watch Speed?
I love. Is that the movie with the bus?
With the bus? Yes.
I love that movie. I don't know why I've always really liked that movie.
It's a great movie. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock in the 90s.
See, Sean never been to opening day either.
Sean.
I think I might go.
But wait a second, Sean. Where's your team located at? How far away are you from them?
Facts.
Because you're an hour away. See, I go to opening day most of the time. I haven't since I have kids, and I'm 5 hours away from my Reds.
Yeah, see, that's too much of a commitment. I don't think I would ever go to a game.
It's so much fun.
I hate being in the car for like 20 minutes, nonetheless an hour.
Really? Because I'm going
5 hours,
to Savannah tomorrow, 7 hours.
Michael, don't get me wrong. I drove to my parents' condo in Carolina last time I went, and it was 12 hours. So, like, I've done it. Don't get me wrong. But it's terrible. Why are the Twins looking at Rodon? I heard... Michael, you want to do a little predicting? Listen, it's been an hour and 25 minutes, but this has been a very...
Honestly.
This has been a very... Listen, we're busy. We got stuff going on.
This is fun.
It's fun. We're having... Guys, everybody watching on the podcast right now.
Patrick, welcome.
MLB. Facts, Patrick. First of all, I need everybody to also drop what their favorite team is. Like,
hey, Tennessee. I'm Kentucky. Nice.
Perry, I know it's the Dodgers. Lily, I know it's the Brewers. I need everybody else to drop their favorite teams. I got to start making, I got to start making
which Chicago is your
here.
team though, Sean? Because if it's the Cubs, we've got a problem. Because Lily loves the Brewers, but we'll let that one slide. If you love the Cubs, we may have a problem. But you're more closer to my age, so we'll get along.
See, all right, everybody, go get their look at this top MLB free agents of 2022. Let's see. Is there just a big? Oh no, I want a list.
I hate when they don't do the list. Like you got to keep going next. Like, come on, man, just give me a list.
Literally,
I tweeted like a top 10.
I didn't mention here for context. I made art about baseball. Oh, my teacher and I were talking about my work, and he told me I needed to fly to Arizona and watch some minor league games there and talk to people and take pics for reference. Yo, Lily. So were we talking about Lily? We're talking about you like painting art or like drawing? Because I literally am astonished by people who can draw, Michael. For the simple fact, I can't draw anything. Like my trees look stupid.
Lily, make us a logo. Bam, go.
Michael, our logo is beautiful. I don't know why you keep trying to trash it. It's beautiful.
I want alternate logos. Okay,
this is true.
I can give you a hug.
Michael, nobody wants hugs. You sound like the kid in high school that was like a loser and says, "Where's my hug?"
I mean, I was a loser in high school. Is that okay?
Oh, brother.
Look at me now.
Michael, did you think I was popular in high school?
No, absolutely not. Sorry, I said that way too fast. Yeah, man, I do.
Interesting. I was popular in high school.
Turns out that I was kind of popular. I just never thought I was.
Mainly because I'm extremely funny. Let's see here. Give me 30.
Hey, that's cool. Oh, hold on. Time out. Are you close to the Smokies then? Sean, which was about 20 minutes ago.
Listen, Michael, we got a request here for Patrick to come on, and come on the hot seat, I guess, or something. So, I mean, I'm gonna invite him. I'm thinking a solid. What do we do? How long do we want, Patrick or JJB? Who wants to be on the hot seat? We don't have to invite you to the hot seat.
Can we just add them both?
I was gonna say we can. Anybody trying to join right now? I mean, hey, who's trying to have a little conversation? Anybody?
And Lily, I think Sean lives in Tennessee. He was talking about the Cubs single.
See, that's the other thing. That's the other thing I need, Michael.
Tennessee Smokies and Sevierville.
Michael, that's the other thing I need out of Colorcast. You know what I mean? Like when somebody requests, it doesn't actually tell me. It just pops up on the thing. It doesn't tell me that somebody requested. So
it goes away, right?
I don't know if it goes away. All right, let's see. I'm inviting Lily as a speaker. Okay. Hold
Patrick
on.
just popped up one, but
I'm gonna invite Patrick as a speaker. Oh,
it's
yeah.
a party.
Oh yeah, we're inviting everybody. Oh, look at this. We got Lily, we got Patch. I mean, look at this. This is just beautiful.
Absolutely.
I love this, like, all this baseball love and representation because today's a joyous day.
Absolutely.
Oh, see, Michael, that's the problem though. You with the
I'm gonna bail.
No,
I'm bailing.
Yeah, well, you gotta leave. Oh no, but then no. All right, hold on. This is what we're gonna
How
do.
about now? Can you hear me? Because I muted my mic.
Yeah, but you JG, oh JJ wants to be on here, of course. Listen, all I'm saying is too, we got to keep it PG for Michael. I'm just throwing it out there.
PG-13 is okay, guys. Thank you.
PG-13 for Michael.
Thank you, and I appreciate that.
This man is a man of the Lord, so we like to keep it that way.
I really do appreciate that, and the respect that you do give me on that, Anthony.
Michael, I have to give you the respect. What's going on, everybody? This is
okay.
I can barely. I was going to say, Michael, I will have you leave the colorcast, and then I will. I'll feed the stuff through the mic and everything, and we'll be okay. You know what I mean? Sorry, guys. You know we stream on StreamYard too, and then on the colorcast. So if Michael talks, then we get the feedback through the mic twice. You know what I mean? So you know, I got you. We got to. We got to take care of that. All right, let me take the AirPods out real quick.
So can somebody console me and tell me that the Tigers could make the playoffs in the AL East as a wild card? No.
Well, first of all, they'd have to be in the AL East first. You know what I mean?
Not the AL East. They could make the playoffs. I was thinking about the AL East because they're talking to somebody about Toronto Blue Jays recently. That's besides the point. Can the Tigers make the playoffs in the wild card? No. Why not, Lily?
I like the Tigers.
They have Javi Baez, but that's not going to do anything.
The Tigers look pretty good.
Putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
I mean,
lack of faith disturbs me.
Patrick, you need your starting pitching to actually develop. You need Casey Mize, Matt Manning, and the other guy there, Tariq Skubal, to actually be more like, honestly, like the Brewers pitching or
Michael,
the Marlins.
Can you not speak right now?
You can't keep having these guys who are like
I can't hear you.
Premier prospects come up and then just land.
I turned my Bluetooth off.
So I mean, that's kind of where the Tigers stand right now.
Interesting.
They're banking.
This is interesting. I can't hear you.
On
can you hear me now?
Really
I can't hear you now.
I think they can, but I'm biased, just as you're biased for your Sox. And
how many wins did they have last year?
Brewers. Enough to make me think they can make the playoffs without checking my self-bias.
Ooh.
Well,
See,
I will
I'm
say,
checking my self-bias Brewers.
Lily, can you hear me?
I mean, all I know is Aaron Judge is having an MVP season this year. You know what I mean? Just throwing that out there. You know, top 10 player in MLB, by the way.
I want to hear it. What's the truth on that?
I'd actually buy that Aaron Judge is probably going to win. I would actually put money on Aaron Judge winning AL MVP this year.
See, JJB's a man of the people.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at the metrics, it's all about him staying healthy and being in a good lineup. And now that he's in,
Michael, how about this?
We don't want to talk about analytics.
Michael, we might just have to end it here because I can't hear you. We're having some problems here. So
let's end this and just keep Colorcast going.
And yeah, you can come back into the Colorcast, and then we'll just continue the show through Colorcast. Everybody, we're having a grand time anyway. Why end the conversations?
Guys, have a good
one.
So
listen, everybody, you know where to find us.
on.
MD Lawson 00, Michael's everywhere. I'm Anthony Conover _ and listen, we'll see you on the next episode.
Yes, come join us on Color.